Здравствуйте, товарищи. And I've had the opportunity to mess around with the upcoming zombie MMO War Z, and I've decided that I'm going to do a video giving you my thoughts of the game thus far. But I'll just get this out of the way first. This game has a very similar concept to the zombie mod DayZ, so there's going to be a lot of comparisons of this MMO to DayZ. So there'll be a lot of talk about what War Z does better or worse than the Arma 2 mod DayZ. First things first though, the concept of this MMO is that you are spawned somewhere in an open world full of zombies, and you are tasked with one quest, that is, to survive. This MMO lacks all trappings of a quest structure, although the game does allow you to create your own quests and offer your own rewards for people helping to fulfill them. Other than that though, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want. But given the title, this open world is filled up with zombies, so you have to contend with zombies at every turn. Whether or not you're just scavenging for water and food just to survive, or trying to build up a small arsenal to defend yourself, there's almost certainly going to be zombies that you have to devise some way of dealing with or avoiding. But on top of just having to deal with zombies, you have other people inhabiting the world. Other people who you can kill on sight if you wish and take all their goods, but of course, they can do the same to you. And that, I think, brings me to my first sort of comparison between DayZ and War Z, and that is that I died to other people so much more in War Z than I did with DayZ. Because I'm fairly certain the map is smaller, even though the game is an alpha, and it doesn't have as many people inhabiting it as a DayZ server. I still ran into people much more often. And, well, people are dicks, so they would shoot me on sight. And War Z punishes you pretty heavily for dying. You drop all the items you've accumulated, and that, of course, really incentivizes other people to shoot you. So when you die and then spawn in again, you have nothing. And people will still shoot you for nothing. You know, I'm just thinking, come on dude, don't shoot me, just save the bullets. Bullets are hard to find. I don't have anything for you to take. But no, that's generally not the case. They'll still shoot you. So, I'm hoping in the future, because, like I said, this game is still an alpha, so they've got a long way to go, that the game creates more incentives for people to work together, rather than as it stands now, where it strongly incentivizes you to kill others. And personally, I don't think even in a real-life zombie apocalypse, it encourages you to shoot random unarmed people so much as this game does. Anyway, let's talk about the environments, and War Z offers a number of environments, both urban and rural. It takes place somewhere in Colorado, although the developers are promising to add in more maps as time goes on, and it features two large cities surrounded by other suburban and farming areas. And there are actually some really cool sights to see in this map, including a downed and destroyed cargo plane and a flooded city. And as time goes on, I can't wait to see the other environments that they might have in store, which is definitely one advantage I think that War Z has over DayZ, which is confined to the Arma 2 map. For now at least. Another advantage that I think War Z has over DayZ is the fact that it's not running on the Arma 2 engine, and I've been open in saying that I'm really not a fan of the Arma 2 engine. While I don't think that War Z looks as good as DayZ, it still looks pretty good. And it's much better optimized, even in its alpha version, and the interface is much smoother and more manageable. All in all though, I'm having fun with War Z, just as I did with DayZ, and I do think War Z does have more potential, based on the fact that it is a standalone game. There are a couple things that I do wish they'll address in the future though. One is that the world is pretty barren, and one thing that I really want them to do is add in the ability for players to do some terraforming of that world, I guess you could say. Things like building of barricades and other types of obstacles so you can choose a place to hunker down and make a home or something like that. I love the idea of going into a building and finding that someone had barricaded this area, but it had been overrun or someone had come through and killed them, so you just kind of see what was left of what they had done and try and piece the story of what happened by yourself together. Another thing I'd like them to do is make the zombies more of a threat, because the main threat is other people at this point. So what I was thinking they could do is make some sort of Walking Dead herd AI, where sometimes giant herds of zombies would walk through an area. Because now if you're just hanging out in an area, the only thing you need to worry about is other people coming through. But I like the idea of you boarding up some little house and then, you know, waking up or logging in or whatever, and then looking over the horizon, then you see hundreds of zombies there just moving on through. So, you know, just an idea, but I think it would be really cool. But before I wrap up my brief video on War Z, I will say that even though it is an MMO, there is no subscription fees. It's just a one-time payment. There are, however, in-game markets and other types of things where you can spend real money or accumulated in-game currency. But most of the things you can buy with real money are just aesthetic types of items, so there's no pay-to-win type of deal. All in all, I'd say that War Z is something to keep your eye on as time goes on. And if you want the opportunity to check out War Z, well, then I've got something for you. Because when I bought the game, they gave me 3 guest serials, which will allow you to download the game and check it out for 48 hours. So I'm giving these serials away. And the way I'm going to do that is I've decided that I want to pimp my Twitter account, because I want to get more followers on it than I already have. So the way you're going to win these is follow me on Twitter and then tweet at me, "Hey Stalin," or something along those lines, "I want the War Z guest pass." And I'll choose at random 3 people who have tweeted me asking for the guest pass. And of course my Twitter handle is at comrade_JVS. So I hope you enjoyed this brief look at War Z, and as time goes on and they update and add in new things to the game, maybe we'll continue to do updating videos or some type of video for the game. Anyway, we'll see where the cards fall. And until next time, this has been Joseph He's Run Over Stalin, signing off for now, and I'll see you guys later.